Now, we'll be discussing nutrition this morning. We'll be looking at children from the day they are born until they are 5 years old. What should we be feeding them? How do we ensure that they are healthy? Especially in their very early days, they can't speak, they can't communicate with us, so we need to pay attention to whatever it is that we are feeding them. And throughout our conversation, if you want to contribute, let us know your thoughts with the hashtag Breakfast Daily, and the WhatsApp line is 0550585832. If you're outside Ghana and you still want to contribute to the conversation, just use the country code +233. I have with me state-registered nutritionist Akosua Konadu Yiadom. Good morning, Akosua.
Good morning, Dziffa.
How are you?
I'm fine. Yourself?
I'm good. Finally, August is over. I know it was your month.
It pains, because it's my month.
I know, but September will bring with it all the great things.
We are hopeful.
Now, nutrition. Why is it important for us to look at the age we're looking at today between the day you were born and you're 5 years old?
Okay, so I will say that it is very important because every damage you can do to your child depends heavily on 0 to 5, age 0 to 5. And nutrition is very critical for all persons, and our focus today is on 0 to 5. Nutrition is very critical for the first 1,000 days of a child's life, or every child's life. And the first 1,000 days has to do with conception. So let's say the average, on the average, every month is 30 days, 9 months. So 30 by 9 is 270 days. So for the entire process, as far as pregnancy is concerned, that is the first 270 days. Now we have 730 to take care of. 730 will take care of the first year and the second year. That is 365 by 2. That is 730. So 730 plus the 270, that is 1,000. So the first 1,000 days of every child's life, we call it the window period. It is the most critical part or the critical point of every child's life, and nutrition should be given its optimal concern, because Dziffa, stunting happens 0 to 5. Stunting is where you have a child being too short for his or her age. We have wasting, that is undernutrition or malnutrition happening. Wasting is where you have a child being too thin for his or her height. And according to the WHO, 38.3 million children as of 2019 were overweight or obese. So it is very critical. Undernutrition is bad, overnutrition is bad. And so it's very important, depending on where you find yourself. Antenatal, you need to be told what to do. And I've said it, every pregnancy you are supposed to see a nutritionist 3 times. And if you are going to any proper hospital, you will be given this. It's called MCHRB, that is Maternal and Child Health Record Book. So it is color coded. We have orange, we have yellow, we have blue, and we have green. The orange, or the first part, that is the pink or red, is for antenatal. So that is where your pregnancy is being followed. The nutritionist's job is there, what you need to know, what you need to eat, what you need to do. Everything sits here, even with your HP. It should be taken care of. Most of our people who go to private facilities, unfortunately, they are not given this. And sometimes by the time they come to the bigger facilities or are being transferred, you expect Dziffa working at City to really know better, but they don't even have any idea as far as this is concerned. And now, let's say you are transferred to Rich, you are transferred to Kolebu. Now somebody would have to take the pain to now go through everything, when this is a period where you should have crossed certain areas. And then the yellow part has to do with a delivery outcome. So it was CS, this happened, blah, blah, blah happens. This book is supposed to be for the child, so that if I should lift my book today, sitting here, I can tell my mommy that, mommy, you did wonderful for me. As far as everything concerning my health is concerned, blue has to do with postnatal care, where family planning, where you'll be told what to do. Okay, signs to look out for. When baby is hungry, what does baby do? When baby is breastfeeding, proper latching on. Some of these we've spoken about them, so you can go to CityTube and find those discussions. And then we go to the green part, that is the CWC, that is Child child welfare clinic, where the weight of a baby will be checked the first 6 weeks after delivery. You have to come, followed by 14 weeks, and then you will be booked accordingly, so that every part of this book, because this covers 0 to 5.
Okay, so since we don't have the book, let us go through
yes,
the content.
I just showed it to viewers so that they can look
but then
for.
We're also going to discuss what's in the book. So where do we start from? Even during pregnancy, what kinds of meals should we be eating to ensure that our baby is healthy?
This is a topic, a question we've spoken extensively about this. First trimester, there are foods you need to eat. You have to make sure our pregnancies are not planned to start with. So I have a friend very much older than me. She can be my mother, but she was like, okay, so when I married, I and my husband, we gave ourselves 2 years. We just wanted to have fun. Our pregnancies are not planned. Sometimes you meet mothers, they are 4 months gone, they are 5 months gone, some 6 months gone, and pregnancy has happened and they are not even aware of. So our pregnancies, some of our pregnancies here are not planned. So there is a depletion as
pregnancies that are also
planned. So there is a need for you to be conscious about your foliage stores.
Okay.
Foliage-rich foods, iron-rich foods. We've spoken about them, but I'll quickly run through. We have the plant and animal source, vegetables, the green leafies. We have poultry, we have fish, we have egg. We have pulses, nuts, and seeds. We have some fruits also helping as far as enhancing on our iron stores are concerned. And then for the second trimester, magnesium needs to be of concern, because that is where pregnancy comes with a lot of anxiety, you being anxious, sleepless night, baby is growing, baby is telling you to sleep a certain way, you want to sleep a certain way. So if you are visiting a nutritionist every pregnancy 3 times, every trimester once, you should be guided on some of these things. So it is very important for us all as women who would want to deliver, or women pregnant, women who based on whatever you want to do as far as this conversation is concerned, to pay attention to your nutrition, to cover up for the first 270 days of your child's life. And if you don't know what to do, just walk into any good hospital for help.
What meals should we be eating, again, so that we get what we're doing? So
I spoke
when
about
you're 1 year old, what should you be eating? Now the baby's out.
Yes.
So what should you be
So we
eating?
are talking about the babies now. The first 6 months, we have pointers. I don't know if it could be shared.
We have it.
So yes, for the first 0 to 6 months of a child's life, breastfeeding, you breastfeed on demand.
Okay.
And at least 12 times, but you have mothers who can do 16, 18 times. Definitely results.
That's a day?
Yes, a day.
Okay.
So at least every 2 hours. If you leave the babies, they will oversleep. So at least every 2 hours, you should make sure baby has breastfed. If you can do more, it's excellent. And then for the IYCF, that's complementary feeds. Now we are preaching exclusive breastfeeding, and so we wouldn't even talk about that. And then texture, breast milk is God made, so we don't have to worry about texture. And then the number of times we have, at least 2 hourly. Allow for the quantities, allow to ensure that the protocols are followed. Which are the protocols? Sometimes you have mothers timing they are feeding. So I'll give you this 5 minutes, I'll give you that 5 minutes. Whatever sits in the right breast is the same that sits in the left breast. And so you should leave baby to empty one breast before you move on to the next breast, because the breast milk is like the way we make the mixture for banku. When you let it sit, it settles at the bottom. And that is how the breast milk is. That is what will help your child to put on weight, to look that bubbly and beautiful. So if you are always fond of timing your child might never get to the one at the base, which helps with their growth or becoming big. So 0 to 6 months, that is it. 6 to 9 months, you also feed on demand. And then timely intro of family foods, that is a complementary feeds. Most people do it late and they have issues. It should be timely introduced. As soon as baby is 6 months, today you need to start, and you need to visit any facility with a nutritionist when the child is 5 months, to help you prepare for the journey as far as continuing from 6 months is concerned. And you should make sure that the child's meals are balanced. You have to focus on the 4-star diet, where you have the staples, or what we call the carbs. You have the animal flesh and protein. You have the vegetables, and fruits, you have the essential fats. Yes, and then what have you, the pulses, nuts and seed, but we'll obviously talk about presentation so that it should be balanced, because I can't have a child so small take kokonte the way you and myself will do. So we have to look at presentation too. So the texture or presentation for a meal for 6 to 9 months child, it should be mashed.
Okay.
Or pureed.
So you just blend it,
yes,
just to make sure, because they probably don't have to.
Yes,
yet.
So it should be mashed, it should be pureed or blended.
Okay.
And then the number of times to feed in a day, 3 times per day, and you give snacks. A snack like orange, I can squeeze the juice and then with a spoon just be fetching and giving to the baby, because I want to make sure that all the protocols as far as the 4-star diets are satisfied. And then for that, 2 tablespoons per meal is okay.
2 tablespoons of, let's say, orange.
No. So let's say a meal. We'll talk like an example. I mashed potatoes with avocado, with a bit of fish powder in there. If your child is able to take 2 tablespoons food, they've eaten.
Okay.
But sometimes they have a big bowl and they want you to finish everything there. They just started, so you don't expect
them. Ease them in gradually.
Yes, gradually you increase the quantities, and we'll go through. So 9 to 12 months, that is up to 8 times, or you breastfeed baby on demand. And this is where family meals will need to start in, is the continuation of whatever you were doing. But if I will grow, you grew and started eating rice, you started eating banku, akple, TZ, whatever. This is a time for you to make sure you are exposing your child to that, because
then they are decreasing their dependence on breast milk.
Thank you so much. It's not enough for them. It's not enough for them. And this is where most mothers, they do the wrong things. They end up giving processed foods. We have emergency snacks. An emergency snack is never food. Example is what we call Rita Cerelac. It is an emergency snack. Okay, your lunch is at 1 p.m., but we had to be at weigh-in, and so we'll end up getting to the house at 2. And I don't have to skip or make sure there is no food. I don't have to do that to you. So now I chip in that emergency snack, but it's not supposed to take over the lunch. Because when you pick any food, ask yourself, can you get the animal flesh and protein from that package? Can you get fruits and vegetables from there? Whatever you are feeding your child, ask yourself these questions as far as the 4-star diet is concerned. If it is no, it means it is not food. So that is it. And then for that 9 to 12 months, 3 tablespoonful is okay as far as what you are feeding the child per meal is concerned. 1 to 2 years, 6 times for breastfeeding, and then family foods, and their meals should be varied.
Okay, so it'll be the same thing every
So the
day.
feeding challenges they come to the facility with sometimes has to do with the fact that if I don't give my child more cocoa, the child won't eat any other thing. If I don't give my child Cerelac, they won't eat anything. And these things, they will really hurt this child, because at a point where you expect the age to be like this, when they are plotting in their graphs, as far as child welfare clinic is concerned, there is this decline, and it affects the child. And we are saying that 0 to 5 years is very critical for our lives. You are looking this way because something good happened to you as far as that process was concerned. Yes.
So we should vary.
We should vary. It shouldn't be one way. You should try. You should try
different things.
You should try. Even as an adult, I'm trying. I think I ate something. I have some reactions in it. I'm still learning to live with my body. Whatever you are feeding the child, introduce things and look out for allergies. So there are persons involved as far as the care and nurturing process or developmental milestone of a child is concerned. The first is your parent. I can be hurt within this period 0 to 5 by my mother. I can be hurt. The second is your teacher or whoever is taking care of the child. And the fourth is the health system. So if the health system is porous or things are not working like they need to work, sometimes you are not assessing what you need to assess. This book, you have no idea what it is. It means that you can hurt your baby.
Definitely. And so let's look at 1 to 2.
So 1 to 2, you also, like I said, I started by saying family foods 6 times for the breastfeeding, and then you should slice, or they should be something a child can pick. Hand pick food, something they can start They should
Carrot
start,
or
yeah.
something.
So their fruits, you can cut them. Mangoes, you can cube them.
Banana.
They should, yes, begin to start feeding themselves. And then you need to feed 3 to 4 times per day. And here, there are mothers who are still not breastfeeding, or after one, they've stopped breastfeeding. You should increase the meal intake from 4 to 5 so that you can make up for the other needs of the child. And then at that point, you should be looking at three quarters of the 250 ml cup equivalent as far as
so
measure. Nutrition is about measurement. You don't allow the child to just eat. And then we move to 2 to 5. That is our last. And then for there's no breastfeeding, family foods, and healthy snacks. Snacks, I will tell you to do pure fruits. Once in a while, you can allow them to have those things they want to do. Don't put those things, carbonated drinks, into their lunch boxes. Now they are home, and a lot of them are putting on weight. And here I am saying, according to a research by the WHO, 38% of children were overweight or obese, and some of these are the reasons why these things are happening. So for them you feed 4 times a day with 2 snacks, and then 3 quarters or 1 cup per feed should be okay for this child. So we've taken the pain to walk you through 0 to 5 years and how the feeding should be done.
Okay, now Akosua, how important is it for parents to also be a bit more creative with presentation so that the kids don't get bored looking at food that looks like hospital, sick people food?
I always say that it's unfortunate we all can't be at a certain facility, but I know a facility doing incredible, and mothers who deliver there are really benefiting. So like I said, sometimes it has to do with the parents, the teachers. Now that they are home, is the parents and the health system.
But perhaps they can go for like colorful veggies.
That's what I'm saying. That okay, so what you need to do most of the time, it has to do with presentation. The child is new. The child doesn't know how avocado will taste, but it depends on what you do with the avocado. An example I gave in there: you have potato, you have avocado, you have fish powder. This is one powerful combination. It tastes amazing, and it's something every child will accept. You add a bit of salt, you boil, and then afterwards you blend it. With tomato, make sure there is no pepper because they are young and they can't be exposed to hot spices, and condiments or what have you. They don't need the bouillon cubes, they don't need them. Salt is just okay. Fish powder, avocado, potato. This is something that tastes so great, and every child would want to eat it. And how do you even serve it? Children don't care about white bowls. They don't care about white plates. They want colorful things. Dziffa, you look colorful today.
You do
I look colorful today. If a child should walk in there, their attention will be on the 2 of us. If we are the only persons with these colorful looks, they are attracted to colors. They love green, they love orange, they love purple. They are kind of still when they see Dziffa in red. They would want to look at you because it's very attractive.
So
their bowls should be creative. We have stars, we have cartoon-made bowls, we have spoons. It should be fun. And then as a mother, eating time should be playing time. That is not when you are to force your child. You don't force a child. It's part of what you need to know as far as clues to feeding. Responsive
Thank you very much, Akosua Konadu Yiadom. It's always a pleasure having you here. Hi there. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends.
This is Breakfast Daily on City TV.
Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10. Join us for breakfast daily, only on City TV.